Hello, YouTubes. Recently, Star Citizen came out with the basic training module in update 1.1.2. This will allow you to, well, essentially learn how to play the game if you're not familiar with the flight mechanics or anything like that. So I haven't done them yet, and I consider myself a pretty good flyer, but I will be going through these tutorials as well, so that you guys can kind of get a sense of what to expect in the game. So, here we go. Let me get out of this menu here first of all. So I'm gonna go to Arena Commander. And there you go. Spectrum match versus PvP, drone sim is you versus AI. Spectrum match also allows you to do co-op with friends if you really want to. But we're going to be doing basic flight training. Basic flight training is broken up into multiple chapters, starting from takeoff, basic maneuvers, basic combat, landing, advanced maneuvers, advanced combat, and then, well, takeoff again. So we're going to play the whole line, and here we go. They've gotten some voice acting in here, and they actually do give you some pretty good control of your own craft while you do this. And yeah, I was actually a little bit concerned at first because flying in this game is not hard, but you know, if you haven't been doing you haven't been playing a lot of flight sims on your own, then this could be daunting at first. But I am glad that they took the time to build in this tutorial to you know, get it all under your belt. So here we go.
Hey there, hustle on over.
When on foot, hold W, walk forward, S to walk backward, A to walk left, and D to walk right.
I'm waiting, Brooke.
Shut up. I like this music here. It's got kind of a very nice Top Gun kind of music. Listen to it for a little bit as we go.
On me, let's go. I'm Lucas Baramsko, but everyone knows me as Gilly. I've served in 6 squadrons and qualified on almost a dozen ships. So if you put in the time, I'll get you on the path to dogfighting with the best of them. We're gonna set you up in the ship on the landing pad to your right. Hustle over and let's get going.
There you go.
Move it, move it, move it!
Alright. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit of the performance hit. R, motion. Can I turn off my motion blur? Come on. Okay, guess it won't let me. Oh well, I'm gonna have to tough it out. Actually, whatever if it's in the options. Just bear with me here, guys. Oh, okay, I guess it's not in there. Alright, I just have to bear with it. Interaction. When you're within range and locate a direction of interactable object, a prompt will appear on the screen. To interact with the object, press F while prompt is on the screen. There we go. There you go. This game's all about immersion, so you getting in your own craft and stuff like that is very much a part of the game. Unlike other similar games, which just have you just pop into the vehicle like Battlefield or something like that.
Alright, first things first. Take a look around your cockpit and familiarize yourself with the layout. It's imperative to quickly find and access specific controls. Last thing you want to be doing in a scrap is bringing up the instructions.
When using a mouse, your view can be locked as this controls the steering of your ship. You can toggle free look with control tab to look around your cockpit. Be aware, whilst free look is active, you'll be unable to steer your ship, so remember to toggle that off.
You'll notice the majority of your systems are disabled. I'll be controlling when they're on and offline to simulate potential scenarios and combat situations. Let's get ready for takeoff. I'll do this step by step to show you how it's done. Look over at me and watch what I do. Systems, check. Engines, check. Tower, permission for launch.
Cleared for launch.
Copy that, Tower. Alright, first I want to lift vertically until I'm just clear of the landing pad. Now that I'm clear, I can strafe forward onto the taxiway. Now I square my ship up with the ceiling doors, ready for a vertical takeoff. Once you're aligned, the tower will open the doors.
Cool. Certainly not as easy as taking off a carrier. We just fly straight. You gotta learn how to exit a hangar proper like.
That's it. Once I clear out, it'll be your turn.
You have to wait for him to exit out the top. Reminder: toggle off free look. Oh,
Ready? I'm enabling your systems. We'll monitor your progress from up here.
when taking off from a governed landing zone, you should request permission by pressing mouse button 3. You can take off without permission by simply strafing up, but you may incur penalties. There are 2 takeoff modes. You'll begin in manual mode. To automate the entire takeoff procedure, engage the automated mode with M. This is disabled for basic training. Once clear the landing zone and hangar, the landing system will disengage and you will regain full control of your ship.
Cleared for launch.
Alright, so I'm clear for launch. Shit, I didn't get to see what that last thing was. Oh yeah, reminder. Press R to hold. Hold R, down, F, left Q, and right E. To strafe forward, hold Control W, and backwards, Control S.
Nice. You're
Ooh.
clear of the pad. Okay, now straight forward onto the taxiway. If you need it, the tower should have lit up your path. Make sure you don't pitch or roll. It'll be tough to get back into proper alignment. Don't align yourself with the middle of the doors. You'd be surprised how many crews forget that the cockpit is not the center of the ship. The tower will open the doors once you're lined up.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so F goes down, R goes up. I almost hit the ceiling because I kind of took off really quickly. So I'm pressing Q to go that way, E to go that way. But if you look at the thing down there, it shows the square that I need to line up at. There you go. And I need to go forward a little bit. Do I go up a little bit more? Probably need to go back a little bit.
You're lined up.
Alright. Let's go up. Oh. I hope I don't hit anything.
Alignment's looking solid. Hold.
What was a door above me? I almost hit that.
That's a good line, pilot. Great job.
We're in space.
I haven't seen many pull one off on the first try. I've just enabled your targeting system. Use it to target me.
You guys are curious, if you actually screw up on that part, your flight instructor will like laugh at you. Well, not laugh at you, he'll tell you, what the hell are you doing? It's pretty awesome. Okay, to cycle the focus of your target system to friendly radar contacts, press Y. Targeted ships appear on the top right of your combat HUD and display the name, distance from, and a holographic projection of the ship displaying shield status and damage state. So press Y.
When pursuing a target, you'll want to keep your speed as close to theirs as possible. Give it a shot. Make sure I'm targeted and hit match speed.
When behind a target, you can match their speed by pressing M. This allows you to pursue a target without worrying about overshooting or collision with if it decelerates suddenly. So press M. There you go. You probably notice a little thing on him.
Great, you're locked on.
So I'm not controlling my throttle. My computer is technically controlling my throttle. All I'm holding is my mouse right
Remember, this is an autopilot, so you still have to steer. But you'll notice that once you're locked, your computer will continue to monitor my speed and adjust. It doesn't matter if I speed up slowly or stop fast.
here.
That, my friend, is the Spire. Isn't she a beauty? Moving on. Now this is my favorite part of training. The axial roll. So much fun. Rolling is a great way to orient your ship to fit through tight gaps or evade incoming fire. Now you give it a go.
Roll your ship by holding A and right by holding D.
Nice one. Well, you seem to be able to handle your ship, so let's see if you can handle a bit of combat.
To increase the power of the main thrusters, you can throttle up by holding W, throttle down holding S. Will reduce the power to the main thrusters, and your maneuvering thrusters will fight the momentum of the ship to slow it down. You can also quickly toggle between 0 and 100% throttle by pressing backspace, or with the double tap S and double tap W to go forward. So, see, that's full
Check your
speed.
radar. You should have a
That's
contact.
0 speed.
Don't worry. It's just a training drone. It handles just like the real thing, but its weapons are
50%
less than
speed.
lethal. Saying that, they still pack a punch, so try not to take any hits if you don't have to. Use your targeting system to quickly target the closest enemy.
To focus your targeting system on the nearest enemy radar contact, press C.
Okay, now look at the top right of your HUD. You should see the target displayed. This will show real-time damage, shield status, and a few other things. Shields are drawn as panels floating around the ship. They'll shrink as they weaken until they disappear completely. At that point, your shots will hit the hull and cause lasting damage.
Your shields will protect the hull of your ship from damage from energy projectiles and absorb some of the energy from ballistic projectiles. If they absorb more energy than they can dissipate, they will overload and go down for a short time, leaving your ship exposed. It's important for you to monitor the status of your shields. Your training ship has 4 shields, fore, aft, port, and starboard. If certain shields are taking more hits than others, consider rotating your ship so that a different shield takes the hits.
Now your weapons are online. Line up your target and fire when you're ready.
To fire your weapon, group 1, hold mouse button 1. To fire group 2, hold mouse button 2. On your training ship, group 1 is a ballistic weapon and group 2 is a pair of energy weapons.
Good shot. See its shields weakening on your HUD? Yeah, it didn't like that. What are you waiting for? Go finish it off.
So I press
Now you
M,
have a target.
match-
You'll have extra aim reticules. Those are predicted impact points, or pips. They'll show you where to shoot to hit a moving target. Notice you have multiple pips with varying lag. Each of those indicates a weapon on your ship. The computer's trying to compensate for the varying speeds between your ballistic and energy projectiles.
With the target focus, your ship's targeting system will try to predict where you need to fire to hit the target with each of your weapons. It does so by extending pips, predicted impact points, from your line of sight reticle. Each pip corresponds with a weapon, indicates where its projectiles will intercept given the distance and velocity of the target. So basically it's trying to help you learn to aim ahead of your target. As a general rule, ballistic projectiles will take longer to reach a target than an energy projectile, therefore their pips will be projected further ahead.
You're taking hits. Check your HUD for shield and damage status.
Actually, let me do something. Let me turn on the pip option here. Flight lead reticle. This thing I like right here. See, you see,
Watch it, rookie.
you'll notice that it's not on my crosshair anymore. It's on the the crosshair is attached to the ship now, so I can just
Good
aim
hit.
at that,
Keep
and it's very
firing.
easy to aim. That's my personal preference, but you can do the original way that you saw
There
it
you go.
earlier.
Keep on the pressure.
Pretty well crafted tutorial actually.
Its shields are down. Finish it off with a missile.
You can only lock missiles on the focus of your targeting system. Different missiles have different lock-on times and requirements, but as a general rule, with the target in front of your ship, press mouse button 3 to begin acquiring lock-on. The enemy ship will receive a warning tone to signal that the ship is attempting to lock on. It's possible to lock on multiple missiles onto a single target. You can do that by pressing mouse button 3 multiple times. The type and amount of missiles stacked will be shown beside the targeted ship. Dumbfire missiles need no lock-on and fire instantly but have no tracking capability. Heat-seeking missiles require the target to remain in front of the ship for amount of time dictated by several factors, including your distance from the target and their infrared emissions. Cross-section missiles, like the type your ship is armed with, focuses on its tracking on the ship's size and geometry. So the further away you are from the enemy, the harder it is for the missile to track. Interesting. Once you've achieved missile lock, hold mouse button 3 to fire all the missiles locked. So I'm going to tap
Missile
it.
locking sensors are on the nose, so keep your target in front of you long enough to lock on.
Okay, so I'm going to tap. Okay, tap mouse button 3.
Launch!
1
Have
and 2.
a lock. Fire!
I'm going to wait for it. And I'm going to press mouse button 3 when he flies away from me. Just hang on. Yeah, I know. This guy needs to get away from me. Alright, press and hold. Even rattles the cage a little bit, or the cockpit a little bit. Satisfying.
Good kill. On me, rookie.
Half power. Actually, another thing I like to do. Obviously, you shouldn't put this on forever. It's cinematic cameras. When you fire a missile, it'll show the missile coming off of your ship. It's kind of cool. Like a cinematic. Although, in practicality, that'll get kind of annoying.
Uh-oh. Looks like you had a friend. Take a look in your rearview camera.
To access ship's rear view camera, period. This is behind me.
He's got locked. Missiles incoming. That hit took out your weapons. You'll have to hold out till they come back. Countermeasures are still online. Use them.
Countermeasures. When a missile is locked on your ship or an enemy is trying to achieve missile lock, you can attempt to break lock by using countermeasure. To fire a countermeasure, press Z. The chaff explodes into an expanding cloud if tiny filaments designed to confuse radar systems and break the lock of a missile with an electromagnetic lock-on system. This sounds complicated, so basically it's saying there's two or three types of missiles. Use the appropriate countermeasure to counter that missile. You can cycle the type of countermeasures armed by pressing X.
Last missile was heat-seeking, so equip your flares. Helpful tip, don't boost after dropping one. Boosted thrusters are much hotter than a flare. Flares have a short lifetime. Don't be too quick to fire them. Another pro tip, countermeasures are fired backwards, so never fly a missile head-on. Launch countermeasure and expect it to work. Careful! These ships aren't cheap. He's got locked. Missiles incoming.
See? It says missile evaded.
Good. You got your guns back. You'll need more time to get your missiles up. If the drone gets behind you, enter decoupled mode to disengage your main engines and allow you to spin your ship around while retaining your original vector.
Pressing caps lock will disable your main thrusters, allowing your ship to rotate freely with maneuvering thrusters whilst maintaining its current momentum and trajectory. You can employ this technique if you have the enemy on your tail and wish to engage them without having to outmaneuver them first. But be aware that traveling through space facing the opposite direction is a dangerous tactic. So you use it to kind of shoot backwards in a way, but not exactly. I'll show you.
It's a great way to dissuade your pursuer, but make sure you've checked your path ahead first. Give it a try. Just remember to disengage when you're done.
So you don't want to do this because I'm facing that.
On me, rookie. He's got locked. Missiles incoming.
So right now I'm decoupled. You see that little circle right there? That is where my ship is traveling. So I can look behind me and shoot at the bad guy and get him off my ass. There we go. This will be very important when you guys start playing Star Citizen. And I just press caps lock again to see my circle kind of lined up with me. Ooh, yikes, almost ran into his wreckage.
Good kill. We're heading back to the landing pad to restock and refuel for the final part of your training. On me, rookie.
there?
On me, let's go!
I'm trying to do the landing part. Oh yeah, one shot the exiting the hangar.
I did almost.
Waiting on you, kid.
Somehow I ended up flipping straight, looking straight
You
up.
did
I don't know
good
how I
back there,
did that.
kid. Let me guess, you're an Arena Commander fan.
Yes, I am a Wing Commander fan. Well, not well. I played X-Wing and stuff like that. Match speed. This game's gonna be so good when it comes out. Oh,
Seriously, you know, one of the people I know swears up and down that this is going to be an insane ripoff. Like
Of
it's just
what?
somebody collecting money.
oh, I hope
I was
not.
like-
They've already done a lot to justify.
Well, that's what I say. He didn't even know you could play it right now. I'm like, dude, I played it. He's like, what?
Well, that's just the ignorance of the general populace.
This
The
should
only
be
thing I
close
don't
enough.
like is I can't just press my Windows key to get out of it.
Alt F4.
I have to Alt-Tab.
Okay, hang on. To toggle your ship's landing system on and off, press N. Once engaged, any available landing zones within radar range will display as radar contacts, and with the nearest automatically becoming focused. Be aware that engaging the landing system will disable your combat targeting system, meaning you will lose the ability to lock on and fire missiles. So there's kind of a vulnerability.
Once landing mode's active, your HUD's gonna swap out your combat systems for landing-specific functionality. You can cycle through available landing pads the same as cycling through targets.
Cycle through the available landing zones by pressing Y or focus on the nearest by pressing C.
Once you've targeted a landing pad, request permission to land.
Some landing zones require to request permission to land. To request permission to land on selected zone, press mouse button 3. If permission is granted, the zone will be assigned to you, preventing other ships requesting the same landing zone, and your radar will be replaced with the landing helper, which will guide you to the zone and provide feedback on your progress.
Go ahead and pick a landing pad. Your radar is replaced by the landing system. It'll guide you to your pad and help you perform a safe landing. You can use the automatic ETL landing procedure or do the whole thing manually.
With the landing system enabled, there are two modes in which you can land. You can land in manual mode. To automate the landing procedure, engage the automatic mode with M and fly over the landing zone. This will catch you and set you down safely, though not as quickly if you were to master manual landing.
Make sure your ship stays within the bounds of the pad, and keep your eye on your pitch and roll.
I'm going to do a manual landing right now. I'm going to do that shift W. Whoa! Overdid it. Shit. So much for... There we go. Let's do a touch. Just a touch. Remember, these planes have a lot of throttle on them. Oh, it's Control F. That's a strafe. I scare. There we go, now we're lined up. Once you get close enough, the landing gear deploy. Of course you don't have to go this slowly.
Touchdown. Great work. While we're waiting, feel free to take a look at your ship's setup.
Oh, I landed. I was overshotted. Just like, oh, I just went double. I forgot that you can crawl with control. But I was like, woo! And it was setting off all sorts of alarms and shit. Okay. Pressing home will allow you to interact with the HUD by bringing up the cursor, allowing you to select specific components. You can navigate the HUD using up arrow and select with return. There are 4 different information panes available: overview, weapons, power, and shields. Press home when you want to exit the HUD interaction mode. The overview pane gives you a general overview of the status of the items attached to your ship's hardpoint, so you can quickly toggle items on and off in this view. This default information pane is displayed but can be accessed by pressing F1. Weapons pane will give you the ability to assign weapons in groups. Do this to select the group you want, 1, 2, or 3, and select the weapons you wish to add or remove from the group. This pane can be accessed by pressing F2. The power pane gives you the ability to alter the ship's total power distribution as well as distribution of individual components and groups. Reducing the power throttle will reduce power to all components at the same time, shutting them down as their power allocations fall below the minimum necessary function. Reducing overall power usage will drastically reduce your electromagnetic signature, but leave you vulnerable. The power allocation triangle allows you to quickly distribute power to specific groups on your ship. Generally, these are set to G1 for weapons, G2 for shields, and G3 for engines, but can be user-defined. To reset the power allocation triangle, you need to hold down 0. This pane can be accessed by pressing F3. So that'd be good if you want to go stealthy. Just turn off everything. The shield pane gives you the ability to allocate more power to specific shields. Your training ship has 4 shields, 4 aft port and starport, at the expense of other shields. This pane can be accessed by pressing F4.
And there you'll see your weapon groups, shield configuration, and power distribution. Now, wouldn't mess around with them during training.
Why do I hear all sorts of sounds?
Topped off. Let's get back out there. Take off when you're ready.
Okay, so if we press
User joined your channel.
if we press home.
Alright, there it goes.
Yeah, hang on. So I can toggle my weapons. I can set things into weapon groups if I wanted to. Yeah. Power. Whoa. You see that little bar at the bottom left of my screen? That's my enemy energy emissions dropped all the way to 0 for a second. And shields, god damn it. You can press the number keys, I think, to move that. Maybe it's because I have numlock off. Or maybe it won't let me do it right now. Okay, fuck it. We'll do it later. Push strafe up, hold R, down F. Oh, that's because I'm still in this mode.
Think you could stay on my tail? If you need to get up to top speed in a hurry, try boosting.
To overpower your ship's thrusters, hold left shift. This will increase your acceleration, but once your ship reaches its top speed, the effective boost will be negligible. Boosting also helps you perform sharp turns by overpowering your maneuvering thrusters to help you achieve a tighter turn. Your ship can store a limited amount of fuel which is used up while boosting, though this does replenish as gases are collected during normal flight. It is important that you bear this in mind and use boost only in situations that will make the most difference.
You can also use it to overpower your maneuvering thrusters in order to take tighter corners.
There are several techniques for improving cornering. The easiest method is to hold down boost and overpower your maneuvering thrusters to tighten your turn. Another method is to hold down space brake to reduce the throttle, then release your ship as turning in the right direction, at which point your previous throttle will quickly and automatically be reapplied. This basically means using an e-brake in a car to drift around a corner. The most difficult technique to perform is to engage decoupled mode. Turn your ship sharply in the direction you want to go before disabling coupling mode to engage your main thrusters once more.
You do have a limited amount that takes time to replenish, so don't go nuts with it. If you need to cut your speed in a hurry, use your space brake. It's much quicker than dialing back your engines, and the moment you let go of it, you'll automatically accelerate back up to your previous
So
speed.
this is space brake. I'm pressing space bar. So watch. Wait, I have a 200 speed, but 100 throttle. I can press space bar. It'll try to stop me as
On
quickly
me,
as it
rookie.
can, and then I can let go to go back to top speed.
Think you can put all this together? Let's see.
Really hope I don't crash into anything.
Still with me, kid? Good job. Now, one thing you need to understand, every ship's outfitted with systems to look out for you. That last sharp turn, you probably felt your ship clamp down on the speed. That's your G-safe system kicking in, making sure that you aren't taking too many G-forces and blacking out. If you need to get that extra edge in turning, you can disable G-safe, but be warned, an unconscious pilot turns to a dead one pretty quick.
G-safe is a safety measure which prevents you from performing maneuvers which would put your body through dangerous amounts of G-force by limiting the turn rate of your ship at high velocities. So in games like Battlefield, this basically allows you to turn sharper than normal, but as a result, if you did too many times or you do it for too long, you'll begin to pass out. So if you're really masterful, you can kind of exploit this and turn like super sharp and fight somebody who's trying to cut you off, but like I said, you might pass out in the process. Boosting will override G-safe for the duration. With G-safe disabled, you'll be able to pull off much tighter turns, but put more stress on your body and possibly lead to loss of consciousness. You can select to go through various safeties on and off by pressing left control plus caps lock. This is
You also have ComStab, which adjusts your forward velocity so you can make controlled turns. Disabling ComStab will allow you to maintain your velocity in turns, but you will drift wider.
ComStab is a system that manages your ship inertia in turns, tightening your turn circle and keeping your nose pointed to where you expected by use of maneuvering thrusters. Without ComStab enabled during a turn, your ship could continue to drift along its previous trajectory, carrying you wide of your intended destination, requiring the use of other advanced maneuvers such as decoupling and boost to maintain a good line. The downside of ComStab is your ship will be slowed during turns more than others using these advanced maneuvers. So it's kind of like training wheels. You can kind of turn them off if you want to turn a little bit faster. Because when you're trying to turn around in a circle, it's hard to tell what is the optimal speed. So it kind of takes all that stuff out of consideration. Kind of like, once again, kind of like Battlefield. There's a certain speed at which you could turn the most optimal, but you know, you can decide to use them or not use them. Whoa, this one is tight. So yeah, with both of them off, or one or both of them off, I can turn really fast.
Still with me?
Faster if I really want.
All right. I'm a little impressed. Race you to the spire. Hold on. I've got contacts inbound. Contact. Vandal fighter. Dead ahead. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. All your systems are active. This is a live fire encounter. Mark your target. Copy that. I got the other. Good luck.
Whoa. I got real bad guys. Flashing speed. Got him.
Stay sharp. Got more hostiles inbound. Looks like there's a glaive in the mix. That glaive's a recognized ace. Enemy designation is tank. We're gonna have to work together to take it down. Target the glaive.
Target site. Press T will allow you to cycle focus on target system through all enemy target contacts. Cycle through targets. Enemies or otherwise, press Y. Y, Alpha, Alpha 2, and Tank. Let me go to full speed. Oh, I popped my
Taking
shaft.
hits. Check your heart for shield and damage status.
Who the fuck is this guy? Change the other. Missile. Matching speed. Fire! The little cinematic camera doesn't look like it's really working. It was supposed to show a missile coming off my ship. I'll just turn that off for now. Getting shot from behind. See this red, like blood that was going on my screen for a second? That's me starting to lose my consciousness because I'm turning too fast.
Good kill. Glaive's down. You're cleared to engage the rest. Good luck.
Here you go. I'm gonna be careful that you don't fly too close to your enemies, that you just fly right into them. I learned that that lesson the hard way. Fire!
We're clear. Hell of a training session, huh?
Danger. Radiation critical.
Getting erratic power spikes from your ship. They must have hit your power plant. Your ship's loaded with military intel, so we can't let it fall into enemy hands. You'll have to initiate self-destruct before you eject.
Initiate your ship self-destruct so you should be a final resort. Once this has been activated, you will have a short time to exit the ship before the power plant overloads, causing a devastating explosion. The sequence can be toggled on and off by pressing Alt, right, Alt, backspace. In the event that your ship is taking critical damage, it may be necessary to eject in order to save your life. You can do this by pressing right Alt plus L. Although you have cheated death in the short term, you'll be left to contend with the dangers of space itself.
Come on, bail out! Get out of there! Cutting it close there, kid. Let's get you back to base. First round's on me.
There you go. That's a pretty well completed tutorial. It's supposed to be a score screen right now, but I don't see it for some reason. That's okay. Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, because it's tutorial, there is no actual score. It looks like I'm going back to my hangar. Well, hopefully you guys had fun watching that. Hopefully you guys get a taste of what Star Citizen will be like once it gets out. There's lots of stuff. That's just the flying portion. There's going to be an FPS module being added to the game soon where you get to do co-op or versus PvP in the actual FPS portions. There are 0G combat and all sorts of awesome stuff. So I hope you guys will check it out. Just let me double check to make sure that this is actually done or not, and we'll probably be seeing you guys next time. Definitely follow the channel for Star Citizen updates and all my other good stuff. Yeah, okay, that's everything. Hopefully you guys had fun. See you guys later. Hey, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you'd like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon page. Your contributions would be greatly appreciated. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, and leave comments down below, as I take all constructive feedback seriously. And if you're interested in watching live gameplay, I stream nightly on my Twitch channel. Special thanks goes out to Andrew for being my very first Patreon pledger.